APNvideo.com is on the air, and today we're coming to you from Tempe, Arizona. You're getting an aerial shot of the Valley of the Sun on another beautiful day for our national pastime. And today we're coming to you from Tempe Diablo Stadium. It's the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And today it's home to the 55 and over Central Division National Championship winner take-all game as the 3-2 Rangers take on Team Victory. And my name is Jeff Lowry. So glad you could join us here for this one. We're expecting a great game. These two teams met up in Game 5 of pool play competition, and it was the Rangers coming out on top by a final score of 10-5. The Rangers have played extremely well after getting off to an 0-2 start in the pool play round when they lost 14-5 and 13-6, but they have won 6 straight, including 2 yesterday, and they got some great pitching. A 5-2 win in the quarters, a 5-4 win in the semifinals, and here today they're expecting more good pitching, and they're going to need it because Team Victory is pretty much a dynasty.
Hi, I'm Todd Cochran. Welcome to the Msbl 55-plus championship game. We've been here all week. It's been a tough week, but we've got a really strong roster. Just rattled off 6 wins in a row and hope to get this final run. My job is to just keep the team in the game, give us a chance to win. It's my buddy Blaze, fellow battery mate. We won a World Series here 5 years ago, so we hope to do it again.
We won the World Series 5 years ago. That was in the 50s. We lost the first 3 games and kind of thought we were done, and then we swept the field after that. And that's kind of how it started out this year. Lost the first 2 games and got ourselves down a little bit, and then now we haven't lost a game and feel like we're in a pretty good momentum position now.
Special thanks to Blaze and Todd for joining us. We also had the opportunity to catch up with Al Simmons.
All right, I'm joined by Al Simmons of the 3-2K, excuse me.
Yeah.
Rangers out of, I guess you're based out of Seattle?
Some of us out of Seattle, some of us out of here, out of Phoenix area. So yeah, we got a good group of guys. Yes. Yep.
What do you expect here? You got one of your top pitchers going here today, and of course Team Victory's won multiple championships.
One of our top guys on the mound, but you know how it is. Mentally for me and for a lot of these guys, winning is great and it always feels good. But I'm more out here right now. I want to see I had a chance to play a little pro ball. So it's for these guys that are playing right now who have a chance to win a ring. And that's what this is about. Guys chase that their whole lives, and that's what you go out here. You try to win a ring. And this Msbl has given these guys what a format for guys to keep playing the game. So yeah, that's what I'm most impressed about. And we get to play on top quality fields. The tournament is run excellent. So yes, but our guys, 3-2 Rangers, we got a good ball club. And can we win this thing today? Yes, we can. We can bring this home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the best of luck, and we're about 10 minutes from the first pitch.
Hey, let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, Mr. Simmons. And we're getting set for championship baseball. It's a winner-take-all. Team Victory, they got more championships than you can shake a stick at. And the Rangers are going to take the field. And Todd Cochran will be the starting pitcher here today for the 3-2 Rangers. You get a look at their defense, anchored by number 99 over there. At first base, that's Larry Barlow. There's Cox in the outfield. They've got some good speed out in the outfield. Pretty good right fielder in Gee. He's a guy who can go after him. And we're ready to go. 55 Central Division National Championship game. And the first pitch to Dave Kupacek is in there for a called strike, and this game is underway. Locken and Duran.
9:02 first pitch.
We were just told 9:02 is the first pitch. And here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Augie Alonso is up and firing, and he got his man by a couple of steps. An outstanding shortstop in his own right. 1 up and 1 down for Team Victory, and the batter is going to be Bill Locken. Oscar Duran is on deck. Here's a looper back a second, and this ball is going to be caught. Fine running catch by Victor Gee. 2 down here in the inning. Well, as we mentioned, this is a guy that can get after it, no doubt about it. Morrison is getting the start behind home plate. That's in there for a called strike to left-handed hitting Oscar Duran. On deck is, well, I hope it's not number 9 because they've got 55 on deck. Nope, it is number 9. Frank Bonds is on deck. That ball missing, and you got your first base runner. So Duran heads down to first base. And Frank Bonds is going to be the next batter, B-O-N-S. Cleanup hitter, hard-hitting right-handed hitter. Will Flint is the starting pitcher for Team Victory when they take the field in the bottom half of the first inning. So Cochran allows the walk to Duran. Runner at first base with 2 out here in the top of the first inning. The team victory against 3-2 Rangers, and this team is made up pretty much out of that Seattle area. And Cochran with good velocity lays in a strike there, and that was a good pitch to Frank Bonds, the cleanup hitter, trying to extend this first inning, and he rips one. What a spectacular play down at third. They get the lead runner, and the inning is over. Side retired. Al Simmons with a tremendous play down at the hot corner, and after a half an inning of play, Team Victory nothing, and the Rangers from Tempe Diablo Stadium coming up. And here's a ball hit down to third. The first batter up, a throw to first, safe. Good hustle by Glenn Bowers, the center fielder, and he is aboard with an infield hit. The first hit of the ball game, and the batter is Rex Cox. Got some good speed at the top of this Rangers lineup. And Will Flint getting the start on the mound, number big 5-0. Team Victory coming in with a 6-win, 2-loss record, identical to the Rangers. But the reason the Rangers are the top or the higher seed and getting the home field advantage, for whatever that's worth, you get last at bat. That's one thing I think you always want to have is last at bat. Because head-to-head, these two teams ended up playing each other in Game 5 of the World Series, and it was the Rangers victorious 10-5. The Rangers have outscored their opponents 76-53. But if you take away those first 2 games, I mean, they have been playing red-hot baseball, no doubt about it. They have outscored their opponents 77 to 28. And they got the runner hung up, and he's going to be in safe. So Glenn Powers defies the odds and swipes second base. And Cox chops one foul third base side. So Cox goes down on a strikeout, and now the shortstop, Augie Alonso. We're getting some pretty good wins here at the ballpark this morning. Alonso, a tremendous pitcher. He can also, as you've already seen, play some good shortstop. And he just puts the bat out there and hits it out into center field for a base hit. Here comes the runner home, and they're going to hold him up right there at third base. So the second hit of the ball game, first and third occupied, as Alonso pushes Glenn Power over to third base. And now bring up the cleanup hitter, hard-hitting John Thornton. Well, Will Flint is a former professional pitcher. And interesting enough, I didn't talk to him before the game, but I was told that hasn't been out of the game. I don't know if he's really even qualified to throw this game. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, but good base running by Powers. He's going to score on a 5-3 ground out, and the Rangers draw first blood and lead it 1-0 here in the bottom half of inning number 1. I mean, they got a run off of him, but, this is a guy that he's pretty crafty out there. He's around the plate. He gets the edges. I would say he's got probably a good fastball. I wouldn't say he's blistering fast. And here's a chopper to the right side, and this should retire the side, and it does. But the Rangers get a run as Greg Bradford grounds out the second. After 1, team victory, trailing the Rangers 1-0 on this 55 and over Central National Championship game. Second inning for Cochran. And first up for them is going to be Buzzy Saylor. And Buzzy rips one down the left field line, and that's out of play. It'll be Saylor, Carry On, and Cerna. The first 3 here for team victory in the top of the second inning. And here's a ball hit down the first base. Kind of had to gobble that one up. But a nice job by Larry Barlow. He squeezed them legs together just to make sure that wasn't going through. So that'll go 3 unassisted. And Rosario Carry On will be the batter, right-handed hitter. Dangerous hitter for this team, and he swings and lifts one in the air to straightaway center, and Glenn Powers goes down to a knee and then makes a sprawling catch, 2 down. Well, one thing for sure, I'll tell you, Todd Cochran looking pretty good so far. He walked the batter in the first, but he has set down 4 of the first 5, and now Manny Cerna comes to the plate. He is the 7th place hitter. Team victory is batting 10 in this contest. Jeff Lowry coming to you from the ballpark, which happens to be the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in this winner-take-all 55 and over Central Division National Championship. And this one is popped up. Shortstop Alonso. Long run. He'll make the running catch to retire the side. Bottom half of the second coming up. The Rangers with a 1-0 lead on a fine play by Augie Alonso. Well, the fans are out. They got the pom-poms. Got some big-time fans over here. And a lot of energy here at the ballpark as we go to the home half of inning number 2. It'll be Rivera, Davis, and Barlow. And the first pitch from Flint is in there for a strike. In the air, on the ground, rolling foul. 2 strikes. That didn't look all that bad at all right there. Well, apparently Lindbergh is the A hitter, so my bad on that one. Lindbergh grounds one towards the shortstop. He's up with it, and the throw on to first is in time, 1 down. Foul ball off the bat of Larry Davis. He decided to run it out anyway. So Lindbergh is out 4-3. A ball and a strike to Larry Davis, with Larry Barlow, the first baseman, on deck. And here's a bunt, a pretty good one. The second baseman better get over there, and he's not going to get there in time. That is the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Rangers. Runner at first with 1 out, and big Larry Barlow at the plate, and he drills one to right field, but that one's going to hold up and be caught. So a nice catch out there by the right fielder, 1 down. That's Hildebrandt. So 2 out, runner at first and Mark Mullins. And a comebacker to Flint. He will flip over to first. A 1-3 put out, and we head to the third. 1-0 Rangers. This is the MSBL World Series on APNvideo.com. Heading now to the top of the third inning, Team Victory down a run and sending to the plate Castillo. The manager is Rafael Fuentes and Rob Thurman Munson for Team Victory. Third inning of work for Todd Cochran. Coming to you from Tempe Diablo Stadium. Here's a high chopper out in front of the plate, and Cochran fields and throws, and he got him. Got him by about a step and a half. Good play. And there's one down as Castillo is retired. And here's Scott Hildebrandt. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yeah, and I'll tell you, you like the movement you're seeing from Cochran early on. He's got a live fastball. I have no idea what they're throwing in terms of velocity. One ball and one strike on the second to last hitter in the lineup. Scott batting in the number 9 spot. Mike Fortunato is on deck, hitting 10th. So the Seattle-based 3-2 Rangers, 55 Central Championship game, winner take all. Donning the uniforms of the Texas Rangers, who were formerly the Washington Senators, when Washington, as this one is flied to left field and should be caught, and is, by Rex Cox, 2 down. Now Mike Fortunato, the Rangers in 1961 got granted an American League expansion team, which they called the Senators again. Now, the old Senators moved to Minnesota for the 61 season and became, of course, who they are today, the Minnesota Twins. So you had what they called the old Senators that played up until 61, and then the new Senators. And actually, I think maybe they moved. I'm going on memory here. That's a strike called to Fortunato. 2 out, nobody on here, and a 1-0 lead for the Rangers in the top of the third. So the Rangers ended up becoming the Rangers from the Senators. So their franchise is that strike 3 called outside corner. And that is the first punch out of the day for Todd, and we're going to the bottom of the third. 1-0. The Rangers on top in this winner-take-all championship game. All right, we're back here from the ballpark, and we were talking a little Rangers history since we got the Rangers out there. Jeff Wilson will start off, then Blaze, and then unless they add somebody to the bottom of the order to face Will Flint, it'll be Glenn Powers. 1-0 lead here on an RBI ground out by John Thornton. Good base running by Glenn Powers, scored on a ground ball to third. And that's been all the scoring. Got 3 hits in total for the Rangers. Cochran has pitched 3 innings of 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and nice little basket catch there in foul territory by Frank Bonds, 1 down. Well, I'll bring up Blaze Bresco, who was gracious enough to talk with us before the game. 10th, let's see, what is he? The 10th place hitter in the lineup, 11th place hitter in the lineup, and he promptly dumps a single into left field. Hit number 4 for the Rangers. They could use a couple of runs. You're not going to win this game 1-0, no doubt about it. So we go back to the top of the order, and the man that owns the only run in this game in Glenn Powers. We're in the home half of the third inning. The Rangers won, Team Victory 0 in this 55 Central winner-take-all national championship. So the Rangers have been in existence, counting the years in Washington, since 1961. They have been to the playoffs only 8 times. Only 8 times, and it took them a boatload of years before they made their first ever. They have 5 players with retired numbers. Ivan Rodriguez, Michael Young, Adrian Beltre, Nolan Ryan, and actually Johnny Oates, the manager. So 5 people with a retired number, and Powers just went down on strikes for the second out of this third inning. 2 down for Rex Cox. He was a strikeout victim of Flint back in the first inning. Flint has 2 strikeouts on the day. And the Texas Rangers have never won 100 games in a season. That's pretty amazing. Here's a throwdown, stolen base attempt, and the ball's going to come loose, and Blaze is in with a stolen base, the second stolen base by the Rangers in this championship game. They lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Cox had a good cut at that one, but fouled it straight back. And a looper out into left center field, and this ball's going to drop in for a base hit. Kicked around a little bit, and with 2 out, a no-brainer for Blaze to score from second base. That's an RBI hit for Cox, and it's 2-0 Rangers here in the third. Off to a pretty good start right here. And now Augie Alonso, who had a hit back in the first inning. Check swing foul up against the extra netting that they have put up this past spring. And Augie grounds 1 foul, and he's down, no balls and 2 strikes. So our trivia question today, if you're wanting to do this, is a ground ball. Bonds dives. And he's up, and he throws him out. What a sensational play by the team victory third baseman. After 3, 2-0 Rangers. This is APNvideo.com. Well, I'll tell you what, that was some kind of a web gem we just saw from Frank Bonds down there at the hot corner. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Tri-Valley looking for their first hit of the ball game. Ground ball third, and Simmons across the diamond, and there's 1 down. So they retire Kubicek 5-3. There he is, Al Simmons. Of course, there was an Al Simmons that played back in the 20s and the 30s. He's one of the great players in the early days. He's a Hall of Famer. This is not the same Al Simmons. And if you ever watch the movie Cobb about the great Ty Cobb, Al Simmons was kind of he liked the adult beverages in huge quantities. Bill Larkin going up against Cochran. And here is a ball hit down to Al Simmons again, and he's up firing the first. Did he get him? He got him. How about that? 2 down. How about that? Outstanding play by Al Simmons. 2 down in the inning. Couple of 5-3 putouts here, and now first baseman Oscar Duran. He drew a walk. In fact, the only person to reach against Cochran through the first 3 2/3 innings. He has set down 11 of the first 12 that he has faced. And here's a ground ball down to first. It's going to be gobbled up there. Take it to the bag by Barlow. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 4th coming up with the Rangers and Al Simmons leading 2-0. Now we go to the home half of the 4th inning, back here from the winter home of those Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Well, I'll tell you, you talk about that team as John Thornton digs in. He drove in the first run of the game with a ground ball to third. He skies this one out to center field. Should be a routine play, and is for out number 1. Albert Martinez with the catch and the putout. Now Greg Bradford to the plate. Yeah, I was talking about this on our last broadcast yesterday, and it's amazing that the lack of success that the Angels organization has had in recent years, as this one's dumped out into left field, a base hit. And in this Mike Trout era, that's a nice piece of hitting by Bradford. 6th hit of the day for the Rangers, who lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now Greg Rivera will be the batter. And here's a slowly hit ball up the line. And I'm perplexed here. What is Kupacek? I mean, he was right there and just sat there and watched that play when he should have been covering the bag, but GR will take it. Greg Rivera, and now Larry Davis, who had a base hit his last time up. No balls, 1 strike, 2 on with 1 out. He swings and pops it up, third base side. Bonds has got it. 2 down. I'm not saying like Barry Bonds, it's Bonds, B-O-N-S. Now Larry Barlow, who is in the witness protection program. That's why he is wearing 99 in somebody else's jersey. I don't think I was supposed to say that. Oh well. They were going to catch up with you eventually. Here's a bouncing ball to the shortstop. He comes up firing. I don't think he got him, and he did not. That's an infield hit. Barlow got down the line quickly, and the bases are loaded with 2 out. Good hustle by Barlow, and now, let's see, we are going to have the B hitter. Mullins grounded out that first time, and now it's going to be, I better check this number. Yep, this is Mark Mullins, swung on and hit foul. I thought maybe there was going to be an A-B situation here. And Mullins loops one out in the center field, but Martinez is there. He'll make the catch. Side retired. They leave them loaded. And we go to the 5th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for the Rangers. This is APNvideo.com. Well, so far, Todd Cochran has been absolutely sensational. He has thrown 4 innings he's thrown a gem. And you couldn't ask for any better results. It'll be Bond, Saylor, and Carry On, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for this tough team victory, who lost to the Rangers in Game 5 of this World Series, 10-5. Both teams come in with a record of 6-2, but the run differential outstanding for the Rangers, 76-53, a plus 23 through 8 games. And here's a line drive out into left center field, and that ball's going to be dropped by Cox, and there was no communication between the left and center fielder. And really, that's the left fielder's ball in that situation, not to really jump all over Glenn Powers, but that was Rex's ball, and now a bunt third base side. So that'll be, unfortunately, an error on the left fielder, and how Buzzy Saylor. Top of the 5th inning, the Rangers 2, and team victory nothing. No balls and 2 strikes on Saylor. Got our trivia question inning here. We'll give it to you here in a second. And here's a line drive, left center field, and that is the first hit of the ball game for team victory. That breaks up the no-hitter here in the 5th inning with nobody out. Runners are at 1st and 3rd. And the batter's going to be the always tough Rosario Carry On. Fly to center field. That's in there for a called strike. Morrison doing the catching. Cochran. And here's a ball shot out in the center field. Nice basket catch. Here's the tag. Here's the throw coming in, and I guess the catcher was knowing that there was no way to get the runner. And Augie Alonso having words with Glenn Power out in center field, saying, you probably wanted to get it to a cutoff man somewhere halfway to home. So that goes the sacrifice fly for Carry On, and it's now 2-1 as team victory has cut the lead in half. Now Manny Cerna, and he grounds one foul left side. Our trivia question is a Texas Ranger trivia question. Here in this top of the 5th inning. 4 players while playing for the Texas Rangers have hit 200 home runs or more in their career. Can you name them? And here's a shot down the line, and that's a foul ball. And I'll tell you, there's one guy on this list I'm kind of shocked he didn't make it. He's not even in the top 10. Jeff Burrows was one of my favorite players as a kid, probably because his name was Jeff. And he wore glasses. Here's a shot, center field. That's dropping in for a hit. So Team Victory has come alive here in this 5th inning. They were no hit for 4 innings. But the inning did not start well with an error, and then a single, a sac fly. And here's a shot that's going to be over the head of Cox. That's a base hit for Castillo. He's got an RBI. And the runners will be at second and third, still only 1 out, 2 runs in, and we are tied here in the top of the 5th inning. On a RBI double by Albert Castillo, and a 2-2 game here in this winner-take-all 55 Central. Chopping ball on a drawn-in infield. Augie coming home, and they got him, and he's out from here to there. Excellent play by Augie Alonso. He saves a run. Fielder's choice goes 6-4. There's 2 down in the inning. Runners are on the corners, and Alonso continues to glove it at shortstop. Now Mike Fortunato, or rather, yes, that was Scott Hildebrandt, and now Fortunato fouls one out of play to the left side. In our Victus Bats broadcast booth here at Tempe Diablo Stadium, I'm Jeff Lowry, APM Video Sports. A ball and a strike to Fortunato, and now they got runners at second and third. Just off the outside corner, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Cochran winds, kicks, and fires, and here's a bouncing ball down to third. It's going to be bobbled by Simmons. He'll have no play. Well, I'll tell you what, even if he didn't want to throw to first, he had the runner going from second to third, so that's a fielder's choice. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. No RBI. The run scores, and for the first time in this contest, Team Victory leads it, and they lead it by a score of 3-2. Here's a bouncing ball up the middle. The second baseman only play will be at first, and that'll retire the side. But a very fruitful inning for Team Victory. They score 3 and own their first lead of the contest as we go to the home half of inning number 5. 3-2 victory over the Rangers. All right, we go now to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Jeff Lowry back here from the ballpark. It'll be Jeff Wilson to start things off, and he'll take the first offering by Will Flint for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So our trivia question, 4 players in Rangers history with 200 career home runs as a Ranger. Now, some of the guys on that list, I mean, you would probably think they'd have 200 home runs. Here's a fly ball out to center field, and Albert Martinez takes care of Jeff Wilson, out number 1. I would have definitely thought Michael Young would have had at least 200 career home runs. Boy, Duran really went into that railing. Foul ball. Here's Blaze. Single and a run scored, and he's got another base hit. That one trickles out into left field, and he is 2 for 2. 9 hits in total now, and let's see who we got coming up here. This is number 8. Gary Van Cleve, like Cleveland. Van Cleve batting for the first time. Ian Kinsler is not in the 200 home run club, nor is Ruben Sierra, who had a fine career with Texas. Alex Rodriguez didn't really spend a lot of time in Texas. Michael Young leads a lot of their all-time list, all-time in games played, hits, runs scored, had a great career, and that is a strikeout. So Van Cleve goes down, 2 down. And we go back to the top. Nope, this is Al Simmons coming up. So Al Simmons at the plate, and he rifles one, a foul and out of play. Al Simmons has done a nice job down there at third. He's made a couple of fine defensive plays. And here's a throw down to second base and safe. And Blaze has his second stolen base. He's 2 for 2. And Simmons hits a ground ball to the right side, little worm hugger, and that will take care of the Rangers here in the 5th. All right, we're heading to the 6th inning of play. Team Victory leads it by a score of 3-2. Top of the 6th inning of work for Todd Cochran. He's pitched really well. Here's a shot out into right center field, and this one's going to get down. And a good job. You saw some good speed out of Glenn Powers out there. That's going to be a base hit for Bill Larkin. And now the left-handed hitting first baseman, Oscar Duran. Only the third hit off Cochran, and the first pitch is low and inside, ball 1. He has walked, he has grounded to first, considered pretty much a pull hitter. Nice job by Greg Morrison on that second to last pitch. Cochran just asking where that pitch was, and the home plate umpire didn't like that, did he? In the air, center field, Powers, long run. He's going to get there and make a basket catch. Throw to first, not in time. Excellent job out in center field. And now the batter, the big, strong Frank Bonds. And that one is in there, ball 1. Not sure what was wrong with that pitch. I complain almost on a game-by-game basis. I think the umpires overall have done a great job, but their strike zone drifts throughout the game. That's a steal. So Bill Larkin is in scoring position for Team Victory. 1 out, runner at second. Bonds 0 for 2, but scored a run after he reached on an error in the 5th. What gets me with... did that get a piece of Bonds? I didn't even look close. First and second occupied, and the batter's Buzzy Saylor. I just would like to see a more consistent strike zone. Don't call strikes that are in the other batter's box. And I think the worst thing I've seen this year more than any other year is, and I complain about this every year, the strike zone drifts. And that pitch right there was way outside. And Buzzy Saylor's got a legitimate gripe right here. I would just like to see a consistent strike zone and tighten it up a little bit on these calls on the outside. That pitch right there, even in the Msbl, and I know they want the guys swinging the bat. And I agree. A 10-walk game is boring for everybody, and that's a foul ball, and that was almost interference on the first base coach. Here's a line smash to right field, base hit. Here comes a throw in, and no throw to the plate. They'll hold the runner up. Bases loaded, and the second hit for Buzzy Saylor. Hit number 4, and the bases are loaded with 1 out, and here's Rosario carry on, and he takes low and away, ball 1. 3-2, Team Victory leads it here. And we're in the top of the 6th inning. Rangers got out to an early 1-0 and 2-0 start. Here's a pop-up. Al Simmons calling for it, and he'll make the play, and that is a huge out for the Rangers. 2 down. So carry on now 0 for 2 with a sac fly, and the batter is Manny Cerna, who had a base hit back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Good close-up look of Cochran there. Here's a fly ball, shallow left field, long run, and a diving attempt, but to no avail. Jeff Wilson could not come up with it, and it's going to go for a 2-run hit. As Locken and Bond score, they're at first and second, a 2-run hit for Manny Cerna, and it's now 5-2 team victory. Strike called the first pitch to Albert Castillo. Hit number 5 for team victory. They're a California-based team. That is swung on and fouled back, and this is not Castillo. This is Bo Wesson. So Wesson batting. Yeah, you can hear the bats being looked at our Victus Bats broadcast booth. There goes the runner down to second, and now second and third, 2 out. Cochran needs to just persevere and get out of this inning. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Augie can't make the play. Throw to first is not in time. So another run is going to come in. It's a 3-run inning. And that makes it 6-2, and Augie kind of kicking himself a little bit. Fly ball left field will retire the top of the 6th, but not before they have a second consecutive 3-run inning. Team victory leads it 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Augie Alonso will lead things off.
1-1.
To Augie Alonso, Thornton and Bradford to follow, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on the Rangers shortstop. That one is swung on and fouled straight back up towards our broadcast booth, our Victus Bats broadcast booth. And Augie grounds one up the middle. He is 2 for 3 at the plate. Hit number 10 on the day, and the batter is John Thornton. Grounds one foul, third base side. He drove in a run back in the first inning when he grounded out to third, and he's flied to center field. He bats here in the bottom of the 6th. Rangers trailing 6-2. Will Flint. We talked about this earlier. I guess the rule is in this division, and forgive me for not being up on all the quirky rules of this, of adult baseball. I mean, there's just too many to keep up with. As Augie Alonso still second base, and he is in scoring position. But I don't know, based on what I was told by one of the team victory, he has to be out of baseball for 20 years. By Frank Bonds, what an effort. Nice try there. He'll feel that tomorrow. Chopper left side. Frank is going to go to first and threw that one into the runner. And that's going to be an error on the third baseman, and runners are at first and third with nobody out, and the Rangers making a comeback here with Greg Bradford coming to the plate. He is singled and grounded to second. Now, I can't confirm that. That was just it. Basically, I mean, if I was a lawyer, as that is going to be a defensive indifference, taking second is John Thornton. Second and third for the Rangers, nobody out. Desperately need to get these 2 runners in. And that is strike 3 swinging and 1 down. So Bradford goes down. He's 1 for 3. Here's a look at Will Flint. Now, again, I'm not verifying that he hasn't been out of baseball for 20 years, as this one's driven deep left field. It's over the head of the left fielder. Saylor gives chase, and 2 runs are going to come across, and it's a new ball game as Alonso and Thornton score second and third respectively on a long 2-run double by Lindbergh. And it's now 6-4. The lead has been cut to 2. That's a strike, and Larry Davis at the plate, 1 for 2. He singled back in the second inning. So they finally get to Will Flynn. I mean, he's pitched a great game. That's a wave and a miss. Davis had a big, healthy cut there. Now he's going to get a talk with Glenn Powers here. And now he's ready to dig back in. And a ground ball foul. Will Flint was product of California, was born in Escondido, California, a former professional baseball player. Played actually for Taiwan and Japan. Played for the Osaka Buffaloes as this one is grounded down to third base. Picked up there, the throw across the infield in time. 2 down. Good play by Frank Bonds. Now Larry Barlow. Now he played for the Osaka Kintetsu Buffaloes from 99 to 2004. So he has not been out of professional baseball for 20 years. Now, I don't know the rule. I guess I could call the front office, but he's pitching. He's thrown 5+ innings. And here's a ground ball down to third. It is bobbled by Bonds. He picks it up quickly and throws to first. Hangs with it. Side retired. But 2 big runs come across. It's a new ball game as we go to the top of the 7th inning from Tempe Diablo Stadium. I'm Jeff Lowry, and this is the MSBL World Series. And we're in the 55 and over championship game, winner take all. Todd Cochran was really sensational. He goes 6 innings, and now he's going to give way to a new pitcher here. Marco Barragan will take over, and here's a fly ball out into right field. Gee's got it 1 down. Not all the runs given up by Todd Cochran were earned. Of the 6, we'll have to add it up. It's just a little too much to add up while we're doing the play-by-play here, but I'm assuming probably 3 of them were earned. Maybe 2. Here's a line drive, and that's going to be a clean single to left field. So Dave is on for the first time, and here's Bill Larkin. So Dave Kubicek now 1 for 4. Hit number 6 for the team victory, who lead it 6-4 here in the top of the 7th inning. In our trivia question, 4 Texas Ranger players while playing in a Texas Rangers uniform had 200 career home runs or more. That's a toughie. Throw down to second. He's out. He is out. Kubicek, I hope we're pronouncing his name correctly. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with Dave here today. Couple times at second base, just didn't go to the bag, didn't cover, and then he just waltzes into second like he's the only one out there on the field, and it's kind of uncharacteristic. I've seen this guy play before, and you wonder if maybe something, did he get hit in the head or something? I'm being serious because, I mean, he has made 3 mental mistakes that you wouldn't think a quality player like him would make. That's ball 4. I certainly don't want to, I don't know. Well, here's Oscar Duran, hard-hitting first baseman, and he pops up the first pitch. Simmons battling sky and sun, and he drops the ball. So a 2-out walk and an error, and now Frank Bonds, and this is a guy you don't want to be facing with men on base. First pitch inside, ball 1. We're in the top of the 7th. Tri-Valley leading at 6-4 in this winner-take-all championship. And here's a drive into left center field. Hit well, long run, and Wilson makes a driving catch. Oh, put a star next to that one. He saves 2 runs, and he ends the inning. Holy moly, what a play out in left center field. And we are heading to the home half of the seventh. 6-4 team victory over the Rangers. This is APN. Wow, what a play out there. Will Flint coming out for inning number 7. He has really been stellar out there today. First pitch called strike. The batter is Mark Mullen. Mullins 0 for 2. Good pitch there by Will Flint. "52 years young." As we mentioned, he had a career. Played in not only Japan, but Taiwan. Some good baseball over there. You're seeing a lot more as this one's popped up, and the catcher can't make the play. Now, if he touched the ball landed on home plate. That would have been a fair ball. I don't think he touched it. So a foul ball. Mullins leading off, and then the hero of the moment, Jeff Wilson, who made that great 2-run saving catch in left field a moment ago, is next, and then Blaze Bresco. Chopper down to third. A lot of work for Frank Bonds, and his throw to first base, and Duran corrals it out number 1. Another 5-3. That's 3 straight 5-3s for Bonds. They've hit the ball to him 7 times in this game. That's a lot. All right, here's Jeff Wilson, who made that spectacular catch in the gap in left center field to keep this game at 6-4. That's a big cut on and miss by Wilson. And that's strike 3 called. 2 down. So William Arthur Flint with the strikeout, and he has K'd 5 batters now. And now Blaze Bresco, who is 2 for 2 at the plate. Bill is playing day 6'5", 215 pounds. He might be a tad heavier now these days, tends to happen as this one's bounced foul. His career record, 3 seasons playing for a foreign country, 17-9 with a 3.45 ERA. 35 starts, 2 complete games, and 232 innings, struck out 189. And his entire professional career, as this one is lifted in the air to the second baseman. He drifts back, and he's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Flint. We'll give you more of his stats when we come back. And we're going to the 8th inning of play. We got a good ball game here. All right, so we go to the top of the 8th inning. It is 6-4 in favor of Tri-Valley. We were talking about Mr. Flint as Buzzy comes to the plate here. Buzzy Saylor, who has had 2 hits and 3 tries, and he has scored twice. I mean, the numbers are kind of impressive. He had, counting his time, let's see. I'm trying to figure this all out here. Yeah, so his foreign record, 17-9, 3.45 ERA. His overall 474 earned run average, ground ball to first. He was 40-37 with a 4.74 ERA. So he pitched better overseas than he did in the States. Now, he played AAA baseball as Corian grounds one back to the mound. Nice job by Berrigan. He's got time. He'll throw him out at first base, and there's 2 quick outs. So 2 quick outs, and here's Manny Cerna. He played AAA Rochester, which was the Baltimore Orioles AAA. He was 1-1 with an .827 earned run average. Played at Calgary, which was the Pittsburgh Pirates AAA. Bouncing ball down to third, fair ball. Nice play. Throw it across the diamond in time. 3 up and 3 down. So a fine job there at third base. There's John Thornton taking over down there. And we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Rangers down by 2 in this winner-take-all national championship in the 55 age group and older. All right, it's top of the order and do-or-die time for the Rangers. They're down by 2, going up against a guy that pitched some very good baseball over in not only in across the sea, but he was also in the Mexican League for a while. Here's a shot, diving play. Frank Bonds, our defensive Marucci player of the day. That was a spectacular diving catch, 1 down.
That's my business.
So, I'll tell you what, we have seen this third baseman make play after play after play. Ground ball by Cox to the right side, and there's 2 down. Now Augie Alonso, who is 2 for 3. He had a base hit and a run scored his last time up. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. He has also played very well at short, though he has committed an error. It is 6-4 in favor of the team victory, and the Rangers shortstop pops it up. The second baseman drifting back, and he's going to make the catch. Outstanding job by Dave Kubasek, and that retires a side. So we head to the 9th. 6-4 team victory over the Rangers. This is APN. All right, top of the 9th inning. This is the 3rd inning of work for Marco Barragan in relief of Todd Cochran. And unless the Rangers can come up with a couple of runs and equalize this thing, he'll be the losing pitcher. Here's a line drive out into center field. That ball's caught by Powers. 1 up and 1 down. Another nice running catch. He's had a lot of action in this game. Scott Hildebrandt looking for his first hit. And here's a ball just foul, hit down the line. Thornton over there threw his glove down to say that's where the ball went over the bag. And here's a ball hit in the hole. Alonso's up. He throws to first and he got him. Are you kidding me? What a spectacular 6-3 play, Augie Alonso, and our Marucci big play of the day. I can't believe he threw him out from that far out. 2 down, and Mike Fortunato. What a sensational play by the Rangers shortstop. Derek Jeter would have been proud of that play. So 2 down and nobody on, and a 6-4 lead for team victory. Popped up, first base side. Drifting over is Larry Barlow in foul territory, and he could not hold on to it. Here's a shot out in the center. Powers right there. All right, so we are heading to the bottom of the 9th inning from Tempe Diablo Stadium in Tempe, Arizona, home of the Arizona State Sun Devils. Rangers need 2 to equalize. Augie Alonso getting high fives. This was a little earlier. Boy, what a defensive play. No doubt our APN Marucci Bats big play of the game as we come to you from the Victus Bats broadcast booth here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rangers need 2. Thornton, the cleanup hitter, followed by Bradford and Greg Rivera. Here's a shot out in the center field. That's dropping in. A base hit, and that brings a tying run to the plate. Thornton's first hit of the ball game. Hit number 12 for the Rangers. First pitch in there, a called strike. Let's see, we got a new hitter. Derek McFarland is now batting for Greg Bradford, who was 1 for 3. So McFarland is in. You got a runner at second base. That run doesn't matter as much as the tying run. Popped up. Shortstop under, calling, 1 down. So Larkin taking care of McFarland. That's going to be Mike Lindbergh. And he swings and hits one past the second baseman into right field, and that will put the tying run on base. First and third occupied with 1 out, a 13-hit morning, I should say, for the 3-2 Rangers. And they've got a shot at it here in the bottom of the 9th inning with Larry Davis coming to the plate. Glenn Powers, the brain trust. I think he's going to have a pinch hitter come off. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure this is Frank Clark. I don't see any other 17s on there. So here is Frank Clark. As we said, the runner at third, it matters, but not as much as the guy at first base. 1 out, first and third. Rangers batting here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He squares the bunt. Here's a throw down to second, and he's out. The run scores, but he's out. That really hurts. And I just said it twice. He's the most important runner out there. Forget the guy at third. And what a throw by the catcher, Mike Fortunato. So now 2 out. Frank Clark at the plate. Nobody on, 2 out. And team victory 1 out away from winning a championship, but it's still only a 1-run deficit. It's 6-5 team victory here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Will Flint winds, delivers, and it's a bouncing ball back to Flint. He'll flip to first, and the 2019 55 and over Central Division National Champions are team victory. They win it by a final score of 6-5 behind a rude going performance by starting pitcher Will Flint. He scatters 8 hits, and team victory wins it 6-5. They finish 7-2 for the tournament. The Rangers drop to 6-3, and there is Tom Prendergast giving team victory their championship trophy. Well, a great moment for team victory. Another piece of hardware for them.